Let's shift the topic a little bit. So obviously with last year, COVID, with the start of just literally not the start, but I guess you can say the end of things as we knew it. And with organizations having to adapt so quickly, in your bank specifically, what have they done? What organizational changes and adjustments have they made to meet clients' needs during that difficult time?
Yes, actually, our organization made a really good job of adjusting immediately, because I guess it's a very large corporation, has lots of resources to do that and willingness to do that. But it was one of the best, even amongst competitors, our bank did really great job of adjusting to it. So immediately on March 15, they just announced most of the associates, they work from home, whoever has capabilities. So 90% of associates, besides branch associates, had laptops and computers and phones. So we're able to ordered to work from home strictly. So no more going back to offices. And that, it was being extended every other month, because we didn't knew what was going to happen. So we were just, waiting every month just to get to be allowed to go back. But until now, we are still working from home. So it will be closer to 2 years in March. Technically, we're 3 months behind. Yeah. And also, as a large organization, they were able to provide lots of benefits, like assistance during COVID, including childcare assistance or emergency relief, so many ways, and also higher pay for associates that needed, had to work at the branch, declined. So, they were thinking, they figured out that it's tough to be in that position, to be able to see clients in that, tough times, like in person. So they just increased the pay, provided, paid meal. So lots of benefits that, I can discuss, but I don't think that, that's important. But there was lots of benefits provided, but also main thing was just shifting, working from offices, but working from home.
Yeah.
And one thing I can say, everybody agrees that it has been, I guess, the best decision ever, because it made everyone, be way more productive than they were working from offices.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of organizations are finally waking up from that old mentality of if people work from home, they're going to slack off, because there's so many companies that are so successful. And when you ask them, what's your secret weapon? From day one, when they open, they were working from home. And obviously, like you said, your company went beyond by providing services to make you feel more comfortable, to make sure that your family is well taken care of. But I'm glad that they're seeing the benefits of working from home. Now, do you think that applies to small organizations
yes,
too?
I was going to say that. So basically, even as not even the company, but individual associate like me, like in a team, for example, we're a team of 15, and everybody does way better job than they were doing pre-COVID. Working from home, not seeing clients in person, everybody's doing way better, and no one could ever imagine that. So now even we have some associates can go back to work, still no one is going back to work, and no one is even mandating that, because as long as you are performing, no one really worries if you are where you are working from. And I guess it's very, very productive. So I do have client meetings via virtual meetings, like Zoom meetings or WebEx meetings. And when I talk to my business owners, lots of business owners who were successful like during COVID, and they did even more than they did before. So they did basically the same type of changes. Obviously, they don't have that much resources to provide that many benefits. But as far as working from home, I got feedback from many business owners that I even had contacts, meetings lately, and they were just telling, what, it applies to us too. My associates, I even, general contractor I was talking, who is more deals with the government and basically government contractor, he was saying that his associate working from home, he's being more productive, he got rid of his office space, so he's saving on that rent. Associates are not driving, there is no need for a car, they all work from home, and the business sales increased.
Wow.
So that's awesome. Expenses decrease, sales increase, and even as a CEO and owner of the business, he's saying, I'm working from my home, and he was having the meeting from his home office. He was like, I can just have a break anytime I want. Makes me feel good, less depressed, less stressed, and and I can be more productive. And I'm like, I can, exactly same feedback I had as a associate of a larger corporation. So I think the businesses who were able to adjust, shift the business, from to be able to provide services even to clients online or via WebEx or virtually, rather than meeting in person, that's something that I guess similarity between larger, corporations and smaller ones that,
Yeah.
whoever was able to shift. Obviously, restaurants and service, like that type of service places, nothing could be done. But
Of course.
any other service, like the ones, you are going to deal with, right? Professionals, real estate, and, designers or architects, I guess it all could be accomplished. Most of the jobs, could be accomplished virtually or, remotely.
Yeah.
So,
And just thinking, like from my personal experience, I always used to say I don't like working from home. Even pre-COVID, I had jobs where either part-time or sometimes even full-time, I would be working from home. And what I noticed is I was nervous. I didn't want my management to think that I was slacking or not by my computer doing what I was supposed to be doing. So I overworked myself for sure, just to prove that I was there and doing everything. So that's one thing where when I was in the office, I knew that they could just look over at me or come to my office and see that I'm doing my work. And then at 5 p.m. when I clock out, I'm out of there. But at home, it felt like I just never stopped working. And of course, you get the same salary. So that was one thing that I noticed for myself. But also just thinking about like your industry. So banking, it makes sense, especially small business banking, for business to be more successful in time of COVID when people need more funds. So do you think that the feedback would be the same in an industry that is not doing as well during COVID? So for example, like everyone's going to need loans no matter what, especially during a hard time like COVID, they'll need even more. So maybe that's why you guys saw the spike in productivity.
No.
Because there was more demand?
No, because we don't only do loans, we do cover other aspects of business banking also, and there was a spike in everything. It's not only about the loans.
So how do you, if you know, how did they measure the productivity? It wasn't just the number
Our
of loans?
productivity?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There are goals to meet, and by the quantity of people meeting the goals, meeting and exceeding, it was just extraordinary. So we have been number one team, like nationwide, and we haven't been there like for a long time. But then being number one team, I think it's about the productivity as there are goals, and that's how we're being measured. And whatever we bring, whatever business we bring back to the bank, that's how the productivity is measured. It's not we were actually on salary and then moved back to hourly, so associates won't do that as you were doing. So now we're very strictly like from 9 to 6 or whatever, 8 hours in a shift. But before, when pre-COVID, we were on salary where you could have overwork and burn out, basically work a lot of hours. But now they just because of that, I guess they did that shift right away. After 2 months working from home, they just changed everyone to hourly until we go back to normal. If we'll go back to normal.
Yeah. Hopefully, right? We can dream.
But as far as clients asking for loans during COVID, it's not about clients asking for loans. It's about also they have to be able to repay it back, and it's not that banks will provide or lenders will provide loans to anyone who needs. It's not the case. Maybe there were lots of government funding that's different. But those government fundings, it's not something that was measured in our success. So it was not part of our success because that was just, a help that we were providing at some point.
Yeah.
But so lots of clients, yes, there was more requests to get loans when COVID hit. So we were a tremendous number of calls asking, oh, can you help? Can you help? And that's where PPP loans came. And, we were helping left and right, everyone basically helping to get those loans if they could have get. But as far as traditional lending, it got even tougher during COVID.
That makes sense.
Because banks, we stopped, certain products that we were offering before, and the guidelines are way more strict even now than pre-COVID. So requirements are way more stricter now. So that's why if pre-COVID, 5 clients out of 10 could have get loan, now maybe only 2 or 3 can get. So considering that and everybody being successful, that means that everybody working way hard, either smarter or harder, I don't know, if it's working from home or, even saving time on driving, I guess helps. So those 2 hours you spend on traffic.
Just the stress from traffic, especially if you live in a highly concentrated area like LA.
Like I do, wherever I live and wherever I drive, it's like 1 hour drive each way. So 2.5 hours to be like sometimes even more And that time I just literally spent on talking to clients and virtually, and the clients do not spend time to go to to a specific place to meet, and it's like so much convenient and so much productive.
Yeah, imagine how many appointments you won't miss because you're not lazy to dress up or just drive in traffic to go.
Just drive. It's not drive from one place to another place. And then I guess the experience of a year and a half being in this mode shows that virtuals are way more productive. Even clients enjoy it. Everyone loves it. It's just you offer a meeting to someone who doesn't know, you just offer, it's like a face-to-face meeting. There is no difference. I guess it can apply to any business or in any industry if they can provide services virtually via Zoom meetings, and it's all so much available too. And all the business owners are, are familiar with it. You just offer.
It's easily accessible, free,
and on the phone, computer. They just meet from anywhere, from the car.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe and share this video for good luck. Actually, share this video to 2,022 people, and you'll have sold more homes by the end of the year than you could have dreamed of. Or break the chain and don't make any sales. Totally up to you.